The connection between Diddy and Jay Z is being exposed, with rumors of Aaliyah's death being reopened after the new case against Jay Z. Aaliyah, a rising star in the music and film industry, was killed in a plane crash that took off for Florida in perfect weather. The plane crashed after one of the engines failed, killing 8 passengers. Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and talented singer and actress, had a huge following in New York City and nationwide. Diddy and Jay Z first became friends in the early 90s and soon began to take over the music industry. Their collaboration began in 1997 when they collaborated on a track that landed on Diddy's debut studio album. However, they got involved in legal trouble after Jay Z pled guilty to stabbing, while Diddy was involved in a shooting that resulted in the death of a bystander 2 years later. Aaliyah, who Jay Z had openly been pursuing since she was underage, died and is now starting to connect the dots. The fight between Beyoncé and Tupac also occurred, with Nas having a nervous breakdown and being taken out of the game. Jay Z and Kelly were working on numerous records together, and they shared so much in common. Sean, who is known for his control over his wife and friends, believes that Jay Z wants him broken, stopped, or under his control. Beyoncé has been criticized for following people like her due to the witchcraft and spells pushed out through the media. She claims that fans are not fans because they love them and think they are the best, but they are hypes. R. Kelly, a convicted rapist, was allegedly in a relationship with Aaliyah, and Jay Z was trying to hook up with her too. At the time, Aaliyah was one of the most talented artists in the industry, going double platinum with her second album at the age of 16. Aaliyah died in a plane crash while returning from the Bahamas under suspicious conditions. Rumors began to circulate that Aaliyah and Jay Z were in a relationship when Aaliyah was just 19 and Jay Z was almost 31. Jaguar Wright alleged that Jay Z is directly involved in the trafficking with Diddy over the years, and he even took the internet by storm by explaining that Jay Z did this to Rihanna when she was 16 years old and signed her to Def Jam. Jay Z has been sued for the same exact things that Diddy has, and the dream has worked for Jay Z and his artists like Beyoncé and Rihanna for years. In 2020, Jay Z won a Grammy for writing songs for Beyoncé's Renaissance album. Jag believes that it is time for other victims to come forward and explain what happened to them, as if not, they will end up going missing. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting a Leo on a faulty plane to move her out of the way as punishment for rejecting him. He could level up Beyoncé, who was struggling. Mary J. Plig-Free, a victim of Sean Coles, is also a victim of Sean Coles and has been a victim of Sean Coles. Jay Z has been notable for his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. He has been accused of starting little fires everywhere and forcing everyone involved to carry water while he sneaks away without a response. Sean Carter must respond to the allegations and demand justice for all victims. Rumor Mill has been discussing the misogyny and lyrics in the rap world, which has been borne out by the charges against Diddy. If he is found guilty, he will never come out of prison. R. Kelly has been selected to be the demon for 30 years, and many people have been questioning him for his dangerous nature. In conclusion, the ongoing rivalry between Jay Z and Diddy has led to numerous accusations about the misogyny in the music industry. It is crucial for everyone to come forward and address the issues surrounding these individuals and their impact on society. In a recent podcast episode, Dame Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller Records, discussed Jay Z's relationship with R. Kelly and how he enabled his abuse. Dash stopped being friends with Jay Z because of what he did to Aaliyah, and because of being friends with R. Kelly. She believes that R. Kelly is where he belongs, as he seemed to need help. Aaliyah asked Dash not to have beef with him while he was with her, and she never really wanted to tell him anything. People would ask her not to be in any shots with him, and when he did the record with her, she was shocked to see him doing it with Kelly, knowing that he was his girl. Dame Dash said that everyone in the industry was after Aaliyah, and when Aaliyah decided to get with him instead of Jay Z, that angered Jay Z the most. The plane that Aaliyah was supposed to be on was taken by Hype, and Aaliyah knew there was something wrong with her plane. When Dash spoke out about this 10 years ago, no one took him seriously. Aaliyah's life changed dramatically when she decided to get with Jay Z, and she was upset that he was trying to get at her. She was not even thinking she was going to fall in love with him, but she was too sick and too cool. Dash didn't want to do that to him, and his friends got with him. In relation to Aaliyah, Dash mentioned that he took her plane and had to take it to Miami for a video. He had told her that he would act like he needed more days to get paid more. And then suddenly she came back and wanted to go to the Bahamas. Dash had heard that she was supposed to be on Lenny Kravitz's jet, but he offered it to her and had her on the plane. The conversation between Dash and Aaliyah highlights the importance of understanding the past and the consequences of relationships, as well as the importance of respecting and protecting one's feelings. The author discusses the recent allegations against Jay Z and Diddy, a notorious rapper and businessman. They discuss how Jay Z's silence over the Diddy situation was suspicious and how the lawsuit against him has proven true. In a recent interview about his upcoming Netflix documentary series, 50 Cent stated that he had been saying since the start that Jay Z's silence over the Diddy situation was suspicious. The author is surprised by the allegations against Jay Z, as they were surprising to everyone else. They feel uncomfortable with the way Jay Z presented the idea of going to these projects to come party with him, but they are now aware that he was involved in the allegations. The author also mentions that Jay Z's family has been made aware of the allegations and hopes it works out for him. On December 9th, lawyer Tony Busby filed a civil lawsuit against rapper Sean Carter, alleging that Carter had been involved in the alleged rape of a 13-year-old girl, Jane Doe, along with Diddy Combs. A mother of two claims that Diddy and Jay Z raped her at an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. The complaint begins with defendant Sean Combs and his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter drugging and raping the minor at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. The complaint goes on to say that Coles and Carter were not just occasional collaborators in the music industry. They developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. The two men attended countless music industry events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after-parties. The author notes that Carter is the only person other than Combs' mother who is allowed to call him by his legal first name, Sean, in 2000. Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads that Carter was identified in Plain's original complaint as Celebrity AKA. Before filing an amended complaint against Diddy and Jay Z, Carter received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting mediation. Jay Z responded by filing a frivolous lawsuit and orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against the plaintiff's lawyers, families, employees, and former associates. The attempt to silence PFF from naming Jays in the case failed, and PFF chose to file this amendment due to the egregious conduct perpetuated by Carter. The details of the case against Diddy and Jay Z are shocking, showing how dangerous they are and how they would do anything to get what they want. This case proves that Diddy was not working alone, and people at his parties knew what was going on. They not only let all of this happen, but also helped Diddy and Jay Z escape prosecution inside the building. The plaintiff recognized many celebrities at a party and attempted to mingle with them. Staff circulated throughout the room carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. The plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses, which tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of the drink, the plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplar container used by Combs and his agent SL employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is included in the lawsuit. Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, and the plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached the plaintiff, grabbed her, and said she was ready to party. Combs then threw the plaintiff toward a wall, causing her to fall. Carter began removing her clothes as she grew more disoriented. Combs then vaginally raped the plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. He knocked her down and attempted to force her to perform oral on him. The plaintiff fought back, punching out and hitting Combs in the neck. Diddy, Jay Z, and other celebrities are now in FBI custody, and it is only a matter of time before the biggest sex trafficking ring in Hollywood history gets exposed. Courtney, a close friend of Diddy's ex-wife Kim Porter, testified before the grand jury about the tapes and their limitations. A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay Z of raping her when she was 13 years old spoke out to NBC News for the first time. The woman's testimony includes details that only someone who has been to Diddy's freak-off party could have known, including specific celebrities present at the party and reports of the venue's interior. She also knows the identity of Diddy's driver, who allegedly told her she fit Diddy's type. The woman suffered a head injury the night of the 2000s VMAs and was taken by a friend from Rochester, New York to Manhattan. She spoke to Coles's limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after-party where she met musicians Benji Madden and his brother. She had a drink that made her feel woozy, and Combs and Carter took turns raping her while female celebrity JC came in. After the alleged rape, she ran to a gas station and called her father, who picked her up and drove her home. She wrote home in silence, not asking what happened or where she was. The woman believes it is important to advocate for oneself and be a voice for oneself, as she has experienced a chapter of her life that she wants to close. Tanya Wallace and Harvey Levine, the executive producer of TMZ, have confirmed the existence of Diddy's Freak Off tapes. Tanya was present at several of Diddy's parties and claimed to see a group of adults gathered around minors being assaulted by these celebrities. Harvey Levine also saw a tape he saw showing people having a threesome with minors. Tanya Wallace claims she saw children at a free-of party in 2018 and was flown out from LA to Miami by the Saudi prince. She later revealed that there were more than 100 people at the party, including at least 4 celebrities. The tape describes a porn directed by Diddy himself and a male sex worker who walks through what happened in his experiences. The U.S. attorney even referenced this story in an earlier documentary. The male sex worker was flown out to various locations over a couple of years, including Miami, New York, Los Angeles, and one other. And they would meet in hotel rooms. Diddy would often watch as he would have sex with a woman associated with Diddy. This seems to be what the feds are looking at right now in terms of alleged sex trafficking. This male sex worker got a subpoena and ended up not testifying before the grand jury, but talking to prosecutors, and was told that he left the tape with them. As more evidence comes to light, the shocking connections between some of the biggest names in the industry and Aaliyah's untimely death are harder to ignore. New allegations reopened cases and damning testimonies surfaced, making it seem like the walls are closing in on Diddy, Jay Z, and others. Do you think justice will finally be served? Or will these powerful figures manage to silence the truth? Share your thoughts in the comments below.